What's up, you guys? I'm super excited about this episode. In this particular episode, I have some big news, some exciting news, and I also want to be realistic with you guys about how I've been doing lately as a YouTuber. Specifically a fishing YouTuber, right? Especially in the wintertime. The wintertime can be a hard time to be an angler in general. So I want to just talk about how I've been doing and then moving forward some of my goals and ways that you guys can help me. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. So guys, this first one is a big one and it's an exciting one. This channel has finally surpassed 1,000 subscribers, which means I am now eligible to be paid by YouTube through AdSense. So that's really, really exciting. They call that being monetized. And I'm qualified, right? That means that they still have to review my channel, make sure that I haven't ripped off other people's material, that I follow all of their rules. Once that's been reviewed and they know that I'm not just a super sketchy guy, hopefully they'll let me in and I'll be able to run some ads on my channel to make a little bit of money. Guys, it won't be a lot, but it's definitely, it's a big milestone that I have been just working really hard for the last, year and a quarter, right? This is quite literally video 125, right? And it's just been an absolute grind. It's been a lot of fun. It's been really painful at times. I haven't had a lot of sleep in the last year and a half, and if you know anything about raising children, I'm a stay-at-home dad. I also run a business from the house, and so running a YouTube channel on top of all that, obviously I'm having to do a lot of that stuff once the kids are asleep, right? So I'm very tired a lot of times. My only windows to fish even are during daycare windows. That's only twice a week, and for half days. So definitely limited, but it's been a lot of fun, and guys, we made it, and I just want to thank everybody for their support as far as hitting this milestone, because I couldn't have done it without you. So guys, I want to be completely open with you guys about what's been going on lately, the highs and the lows. Guys, I'm an emotional guy. You guys can see that in my videos because I get very passionate about fish and fishing and nature, and I love it, and when I see trash, it just crushes me and I got to get rid of it. But guys, that also transfers over, when it comes to being very happy as well as being very sad. And this winter, I have just been struggling, guys. It has been a hard winter for me emotionally. It's been a combination of a lot of things that have been happening randomly in my life. Some things that were unavoidable that just kind of happened, and normally the type of January and February that I've had would be spread out over a couple of years of things that were just unfortunate, that all kind of just happened in 2 months that just about broke me. I'm not gonna lie, I want to say about 3 weeks ago I was at the lowest point I've probably ever been in my life. I don't ever want to go back to that, honestly, but let's just talk about some of the things that have happened. So the first big thing that happened is right around Christmas. My family, including myself, we all kind of got COVID, right? All had to kind of just abandon the idea of like a formal Christmas with a family. All had to disband, go back to our homes in different states, and that was a big bummer. And then a few weeks later, my son, Cooper, he got really sick, and it was some respiratory thing, RSV, I think is what they call it. And while taking care of him, being the stay-at-home dad, I also got it, right? So I got really sick yet again. So it's like COVID, no break at all, and then RSV. And then I was just powering through it. I was up in the mountains, I was filming, I was trying to catch brook trout, and unfortunately, my cheap drone, it drifted into a large tree, got stuck, and then that evening blew out of the tree and completely was just shattered. It's just done. So the drone is no more, guys. I was super sad. I'm saving for another one, but that's going to be down the road because right now there's just more important things that the family needs other than a drone. And then on top of that, I randomly hurt my foot while filming, and I still don't know exactly how I did, but at the end of the day, after a month of just pain, I got an x-ray, and it turns out that I cracked one of my toes really bad. And that's just been, even now it still hurts a little bit to walk, but we're just kind of slowly recovering from that. But that got me down for a while because I literally couldn't really walk for, about a week. It was really, really bad. So if you can imagine trying to film and do stuff kind of hobbling and hopping. I actually filmed a really epic striper video, and if you notice in some of the movements, I'm very slow because my foot's just destroyed. And then I was filming one day on my boat and I completely fell. I just tripped. I got, boats are very tipsy, and something happened. A wave hit me, something happened, and I fell over and I hit my wrist really hard on my tripod, knocked my camera over, broke the camera as well as a lens. And that's like my main source of income. Luckily I have a backup camera. I have all the equipment I need to continue to make money at my profession, but that was a hard mental blow. Just thing after thing after thing has been happening. And then on top of that, my wife went out of town for a 2-week work trip, which is awesome because she's being certified in all these cool things, and she's just absolutely thriving right now in her business and her company, and I couldn't be happier for her. I actually support everything she's doing, but it was just hard, being away from my wife mentally. I was with my in-laws as well as my parents, and everyone helped take care of the kids. I went out of town. You guys probably noticed a few out-of-town videos. Alabama, one up in Ohio, and it's because my family really came together and helped me while my wife was out of town. But it's just been a hard winter, guys. Even when it's dark, and it has been dark, I've been dealing with some depression. I do know there's always light at the end of the tunnel. That I was once told by somebody that it's kind of like, when you ride those lows, it's almost like there's a cloud over you, but that cloud always pushes away. The sun always does come back out. And so if you guys are dealing with any type of depression, or you're just an emotional person, just know that it's going to be okay, that the sun is going to come back out. I have to be reminded of that all the time, because I get down, right? And as the spring pushes in and the summer comes, I typically get a lot happier, but this time of year has been really hard, and then you take all those things I just described to you, and it was just devastating. I was literally, there was just a lot of lies that I was believing in my head, things that, when you're in a vulnerable place mentally and you're down, you sometimes believe some things like you're not good enough, right? You're an imposter, you don't belong, things like that. And when it comes to me, that's something I've struggled with my whole life, and I know a lot of people do. They feel that they're somehow inadequate, that they don't belong, and I have to be constantly reminded that you are, enough. You are enough as yourself, and if you're out there right now and you're watching this and you're saying, hey, I don't feel, like I'm enough, right? Just know that you are. That you're a person that's valued, you're enough, and whatever you're doing, just keep doing it and don't give up. All right, so hopefully that kind of covers what's happened this winter. It's not all been bad, there's actually been a lot of triumphs. Some of my best videos that I've ever produced have happened in the last 2 months because I'm working really, really hard to add a lot of good value. Unfortunately, with that camera being damaged, I'm now having to wait for insurance. Once the insurance comes through, then I can get hopefully a new camera, upgrade my camera, and then we'll continue to move forward with some really dynamic things. So guys, let's talk about the future. Let's talk about this channel, right? Because I have some big dreams, I've got some big goals, and guys, I'm not going anywhere. There's a lot of fishing adventures to be done. There's a lot of challenges, a lot of catch and cooks. There's just a lot of things that I want to do, and it could take a whole lifetime, and maybe it does. We'll see. But the first thing I want to talk about is the immediate future, which is the spring. And if you're like me, there's something inside of you that boils up with just like joy when the spring hits. The flowers are starting to come up now, the birds are starting to chirp, and also the fish are getting ready to go crazy, which I get really excited about. So the first thing that comes to mind is Rogersville, Tennessee. On the Holston River, there is a huge old power plant and steam plant, and there's this big spill that happens. Every spring, the fish run up this particular spill, and they can't go any further, and there's this giant convergence of large predatory fish and shad, and it is a bloodbath. It is excellent. So if you're thinking about fishing this spring, just know that I've got videos coming this way, and hopefully you guys can replicate some of the things I do. Also catch some big fish. There's everything from white bass, hybrid, striper, channel cats, smallmouth, largemouth, you name it. They're all there. They're all eating the same type of bait. And I'm going to show you guys how to catch that bait and where to go on the sides of the river to catch the most fish. So stay tuned on that. That's going to be a lot of fun. We've got a lot of local things happening. Guys, I'm going after lake trout. That's one of my goals. I want to catch some lake trout. I've got a buddy of mine, Sam, we're going to do it, man. It's going to happen at some point. And also, guys, bass fishing. It's going to happen. The smallmouth is really the target that I go after. Largemouth is fun as well, and in fact, largemouth here in about a couple weeks should be good, so I'm getting excited about largemouth, but smallmouth is a desired target. I also love to catch spotted bass in the spring. Believe it or not, a lot of people don't love spotted bass because they're kind of a smaller bass, they're kind of a nuisance, but they taste delicious. So most people hate bass, but if you have not tried a spotted bass, also known as a Kentucky bass, you got to try it. It's incredible. So guys, let's talk about ways that you can help my channel and help me personally moving forward, because there's a lot of things coming up, and I definitely am not unrealistic about what income I'm actually going to make on YouTube. It's going to be really small at first, and that's okay. YouTube in general for making money is a long-term thing, but it's going to take a village, and one way that you guys can help me and help kind of fund the channel, keep the lights on, so to speak, is through my Patreon account. For $5 a month, you guys can actually help me pay for gas money, for terminal tackle, for repairs on the boat, whatever it might be. You guys can help me with that by simply doing a $5 a month donation. I do bonus videos if you are a Patreon, and so if you go on there, you can watch some of my past videos as well as jump onto the future videos where you get a little more exclusive insider stuff for the channel itself. And I hope you guys will consider doing that. My goal and my hope for this year is that 10 people will join me, because that'll make all the difference in the world as far as just taking care of a lot of the smaller things that need to happen for the channel to run smoothly. Another way that you guys can help me, and I think this is a big one, is I am looking for a couple of companies that are willing to support me with trash cleanup, and specifically space to put trash. Guys, if you follow the channel at all, you know that I'm very passionate about cleaning up trash, and recently I've been donated trash bags from AFCO so that I can clean up and then discard of them. However, I've got one trash can at the house. It's not quite big enough for what I plan on doing this year as far as trash removal from Watauga River. So if you guys know of any companies that would be willing to donate some space for me to put trash, please let me know. That would be so helpful. So guys, another area that could definitely use your help is I'm going to start looking for sponsors, people to help come join me on this channel, to support this channel as we move forward. Guys, this channel is a lot more than just fishing, if you guys haven't already picked up on that. And I want to make this area a better place, and I want to leave a positive impact in this community. It all boils down to just the way I was raised as well as my faith. If you guys don't know, because I don't know that I've ever mentioned it, I'm actually a Christian, and even though I don't talk about it a lot of the things I do, the actions, the way I act, the things that motivate me, it's all impacted by my beliefs. And so at the end of the day, guys, this channel is much bigger than me, and it's much bigger than just fishing. And so if you know of anybody that'd be willing to possibly join with me and help support this channel, by all means, send them my way. I'd love to talk to them, talk about the analytics, what I can bring to the table. And yeah, just moving forward, it's going to take a village, guys. Of course, as always, I really appreciate some of the stuff that you can do for free, like likes and comments. If you haven't already subscribed, I hope you'll consider joining me on these weekly fishing adventures here in East Tennessee. So that's kind of a quick overview. I know that was a lot, but it's just there's been so many things on my heart, some really tough stuff as well as some exciting stuff. And as always, I want to keep you guys in the loop. I want you guys to feel like you're included, because that's an important part of this channel, is making sure you guys know what's going on, that you know me well, so that when I'm out there in the field doing what I'm doing, you guys got my back. So guys, I think that's where we're going to end it for today. Guys, if you have enjoyed this video, I hope that you will continue to come back for more videos in the future. And until next time, tight lines.